Especially now, we're in the midst of transition for a lot of people, especially being in the garden. It's February, and so we're actually planning and preparing for the spring. So the spring is literally a month away, and so in these seasons of transition, in these seasons, in these moments where we're about to set things up, it's so important that we, just recognize where we are and really where we're going. And so, especially now, we really have to be cognizant of the times that we're in and not get comfortable, not get complacent. It's so easy to be like, well, I'll do it, I'll take care of it when I take care of it. And so now especially is a great time to start sowing. It's a great time to start positioning yourself, even in the financial space, because that's where I really want to focus today is on the financial space, because, we're all, what's going on, Lakeisha McKnight? We're all about, the garden. We're independently gifted, resilient opportunists of wealth. And so we're all about how we can grow, but the garden starts in our minds. And so we talk about both living capital and financial capital. And so today, especially, today there's a lot of hype going on. People know about, or people are starting to know about Bitcoin. People are starting to know about, just what it's doing, the major moves it's making. Now I'm part of a group of people where in December it started off at 19,000 and now it's shot over 50,000. And so that's amazing, amazing movement. But for a lot of people, it's still taboo. A lot of people, when you show them this is not a Bitcoin. This is just a representation, guys. But when you look at this right here, that's a representation of Bitcoin. And it represents stepping outside of your comfort zone. There's a lot of people that are comfortable with our dollars. There are people that are comfortable with that monopoly money. There are people that are comfortable with hoarding or holding the cash that they have, not knowing that the cash that they have is literally devaluing every single moment that they keep printing more and more of it. And so our currency is literally debasing itself and it's going down in value. And if we don't do something now, or if you don't do something now, you're going to end up not having anything at the end of the day. And so when I'm talking about stepping outside your comfort zone, in these seasons where you're kind of in transition, a lot of times it's not going to be the best type of weather. When we're talking about even the garden space, when we're sowing, when we're putting something in the ground, normally the weather is not warm and sunny. It's not a beautiful day outside. Normally it's either wet, raining, or the weather sucks. It's cool and it's just not ideal circumstances. And so I want to encourage people that even in your circumstances that are not ideal, that's where you want to sow. In your circumstances where things don't look clear, things are kind of topsy-turvy, you're not understanding everything that's going on, first you got to trust on God. But then you need to trust on the ability that, because in his word he says he gives us the ability to produce wealth. If he gives us the ability to produce, then why are we so dependent on just waiting for him to take care of it? He gives us the ability. He gives us the power of decision. So in those times, in those moments, we go ahead and take charge of that and we start to sow. And so that's what we have to do. We have to sow an expectation of a changing season. We have to sow in an expectation knowing that there's going to be times where the sun will come out, where it will, give that energy to the plant that we want, or, where things are going to shift and you start to sow $100 and that $100 can grow into $700, $800, $900 because of the movement. But you have to sow in order to reap. And so many people are holding themselves back. So many people are so distracted by this pandemic going on. They're distracted by the news, waiting for vaccine, all that kind of stuff. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. This is your shot at wealth, because what's happening is, because of all these incentive programs that are happening with stimulus and all that stuff, the middle class is being eliminated. Literally, we're getting to a point where people are waiting for somebody to take care of them. Don't wait on somebody to take care of you. Initiate. Do something for yourself. Position yourself to be a producer. Position yourself where you're not waiting on anybody else to take care of you. You step outside the comfort zone and you take a small seed. It doesn't take a lot. Literally, you can go to Cash App right now and get Bitcoin with $1. And that dollar can grow to $10 in a week or 2 weeks, just depending on what it's doing. We don't get scared of the losses because you anticipate where things are going. And where things are going, everything is going digitally. Everything is going to the crypto space. Everything is going to the blockchain space. And if you don't get in the way of that movement, if you don't understand where things are going and you stay where you are, you're going to end up left behind. You're going to end up wondering what happened versus the person that said, I'm going to go ahead and make some things happen. It doesn't take a whole lot to make something happen. It just takes a small, simple decision. So stop being comfortable with where you are, because some of us are so comfortable in mediocrity. We're so comfortable in struggle. We're so comfortable in going from check to check that we don't realize that all we needed to do was shift some things, shift some time that we allocate towards the Netflix, shift some time that we allocate towards things that aren't building us up. Shift some time towards those things that are just literally wasting our time, have us going in circles, and shifting that to places that are going to allow you to grow and expand, places that are going to allow you to really blossom financially. Because we say that, money, people, the love of money is the root of all evil, but money is a source, or just a resource. God is the source, but money is a resource. And if you have resources, it gives you more time to invest with your family. It gives you more time to invest with your loved ones. And so that's all we're doing, is we're showing people a way that you can really just invest in yourself. Because that's the biggest investment that you can do, is investing in yourself and leveraging your time so that you can have time to really do what you want to do. But so many of us are so comfortable. We're so comfortable with where we are that literally we're not sowing anything. And in this season, you have to sow. So don't be afraid of something new. For those people that have not taken that leap of faith and gone ahead and gotten some Bitcoin, gone ahead and gotten some Ethereum, gone ahead and started learning about cryptocurrency or learning about blockchain, learning about where money is going, go ahead and do that. I encourage you to do that. For everything that we do in life is all about learning and growing. I started doing this garden thing last year. I didn't know it was going to expand to what it has. I've had hundreds of plants. I've got several fruit trees. I've got, all kinds of things happening. But I had to step out on faith. I had to start planting seeds. I had to start getting dirt. I had to start learning something new. And that's what this is about. You have to get away from what you've been doing, what you've been used to doing, what you've been comfortable doing, and really start to do something that you've never done before. Start learning some things that you've never learned before. Start learning about, how you can use a peer-to-peer cash system where you're no longer having an intermediary of the banks coming in there and taking fees from you. Learn how you can shift your finances to a place where billionaires like Elon Musk has placed some of his assets and literally make it a killing. That's where things are going. You can literally position yourself and your family and change the trajectory for a lifetime. Like, my kids won't ever have to work if they don't want to because of the decisions that I've made years ago. That's what this is about. This is about making those decisions that are going to help change the course of your destiny. They're going to help change the course of your stars. That's what this is about. So don't be afraid. What's going on, Ramses, big brother? So don't be afraid to go ahead and do something different this year. It's still February. It's still early. A lot of times people make New Year's resolutions. They say, I'm going to go ahead and I want to do this. I want to lose weight. I want to save $1,000. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then when early February comes, that momentum that starts to sizzle, life begins to happen. They get settled and they get comfortable. But I encourage you, do not get comfortable in this season. There's so many things happening around the world that can literally change everything in an instant. Would you rather have taken action and just been able to position yourself where you're glad that you did what you did and you benefit, or you didn't do anything and then some changes happen and you're wondering what happened? You're scratching your head like, where did this come from? We are in the information age, which means there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses on why you cannot learn something new. There's no more excuses on why you cannot become wealthy. More people are becoming wealthy nowadays than ever before. Why is that? It's because You expose yourself. You get out of your comfort zone to learn something new. Everything is out in the open now. Everything is accessible now. So you have an opportunity in this season to take advantage. Eric Thomas said, take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime and the lifetime of the opportunity. Well, guys, this is your opportunity. If you don't know much about Bitcoin, you don't know much about Ethereum or cryptocurrency, get back with the person that shared this and they can let you know more about it. You can contact me as well. I'm here to help. I'm all about education. I'm all about helping people learn about themselves and then learn about the environment around them. That was my major in college. That was marine environmental science. I'm all about Mother Earth. I'm all about learning, and expanding and being able to do things that help build both our physical environment and the environment around us. That's what this is about. And this is for you guys. Everything that you do, everything that you want and desire can be yours, but you have to step out. You have to step out of that comfort zone. All right? So don't be afraid of this. This is an example of the future of money, Bitcoin, all right, as well as gold. All right, everybody knows about gold. Gold is the foundation. Nations have been using that for several thousand years, using that as their currency. This is what you want to be accumulating. I know some people are cool with putting their money in the bank, but how much interest are you really getting at the bank? I'll wait. 0.05, 0.01, that's nothing. It would literally take you over 100 years to double your money. Literally, people have been seeing double, triple, and quadruple on their wealth, because now when you start shifting, what's going on, H-Town Rollins? You start to shift yourself when you go from putting your money out of the bank and into cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's another one out there called the G999. That one's about to take off. There's a group of us right now that are literally hodling that coin. We're stacking as much as possible, because those altcoins, guys, when you have those alternative coins that are like 1 and 2 cents starting out, and you take $20, you take $100, and you get thousands of those coins just go to $1. That can literally change the trajectory of everything. That's a game changer for a lot of people. People think that, they see how Bitcoin's at $50,000 and I want to jump in on that. That's great. You made some money. You got a few hundred or a few $1,000s in Bitcoin right now. That's great. But imagine if you had started in the inception of when it started. Imagine if you had gotten in it when it first started and you were able to get $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. Not of, but have 5,000 Bitcoins. That's what you would have had you jumped in when it first started. Well, guys, this is your chance. I want to talk about real quick. There's a coin out there called the G999 coin. If you don't know much about it, get back with the person that shared it. This coin is going to be a game changer. We have a complete deflationary model. It's going to do some amazing things because of how it's structured. There's more coins that's burned than coins that's in usage. So what that means is the value of that coin is going to continue to rise, because people are so comfortable in our inflationary dollar, and they're comfortable with that, not realizing that eventually inflation is going to knock on that door. It's going to say, hello, here I am. All right? People think that inflation occurs as we keep printing. No, inflation occurs when we keep printing and then we start utilizing the money. It's called the velocity of money. So when people get out of hiding from all this stuff happening and they start spending money again, which is what they use for a stimulus to spend, that's what keeps our economy growing. When people start to spend money again, all right, that's when inflation really begins to hit. That's when people start go to the grocery store and they start paying $15, $20 for something that normally costs them $3 or $4. And in that instance, you want to be able to keep up with inflation. Well, how do you do that? You acquire assets now while things are a little, in limbo, right? Where we talked about shifting seasons. Well, this is where you start acquiring that Bitcoin, right? And we can show you how you can take this Bitcoin and you can exchange it to acquire some G999 coin. Take Ethereum, exchange it for some G999 coin. That coin right now is at 2 cents. That thing is quadrupled in the last few weeks. For all those holding those G999, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all already know, all right? And then this is a sleeper as well. You want to get you some gold. Cryptocurrency is great, but I'm old school, guys. You have to have a foundation that you can hold in your hands. If something happens, great goes out or something crazy, you want to be prepared. You want to have something physically you can hold. So you want to have some gold and silver, because silver is the sleeper. You need to have both of those. So in this season, step outside of the dollar comfort zone and go ahead and position yourself with some physical assets like gold and silver, right? Let that be your foundation. But then you build upon that foundation with alternative coins and with coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just like we talked about gold and silver, Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's your foundation when you come into the crypto space. And if you want to learn how you can get paid in both Bitcoin and Ethereum, holler at us. You know, we got people like Finance the Boss, Lakeisha Knight out there just killing it. Just sharing this opportunity with as many people, because this is your shot at wealth. If you want to become wealthy, you trying to save $100 a week, you trying to save $100 a month, $1,000 a month, it's not going to cut it. Guys, I used to be a financial advisor. I used to be in corporate America. I used to help people with 401ks. I used to help people with insurance. Believe it or not, whole life insurance does way better than you'll get at a bank account. Like, you know, with whole life, you get 3 or 4% and stack and compound and all that good stuff. But if the company ever goes bust or they decide to shift, then what happens? You stop paying on that policy. What happens? Ladies and gentlemen, those are the things that they don't talk about. Advisors don't talk about. I was in a situation where in 2015 to 2016, I was a financial advisor. I came back from a missions trip, and literally over 900 and something people across the country. I'm not going to name the name of the company I was with, but they let go of over 900 people. From the top president all the way down. Why is that? Because they're all about profitability. And because they weren't making profits, they decided to let people go. That forced me, because I already started in an industry where I was starting to learn about gold and all that good stuff, but that forced me out of my comfort zone. I was comfortable sharing people talking about insurance. I was comfortable letting people know about, you know, getting into the stock market and getting into 401ks and all that. But when I learned that the system is broken, you know, I learned from my mentor, Mr. Best, that 98% of the people that get into the stock market and 401ks, they're destined to fail. They don't even know it. Now, we will cut some slack to those baby boomers out there, those that hit the sweet spot, right, where they were able to get in at the right time, where the markets continually rode up and they were able to retire on a decent sized 401k. Here's the issue. With where things are going with America and all that stuff, 3-4 years from now, the pensions may not be there. They may run out. You may have more time than you have money in that pension. I had a pension at one point, but then they converted and switched it over to a 401k. Why is that? Because 401ks are cheaper, and the way that they're structured, it's less that the company has to do. They just hand it over to the stock market, which is like playing Russian roulette with your finances, playing Russian roulette with your retirement, playing Russian roulette with your life. Would you want to do that? Step outside of your comfort zone. Don't get comfortable in those systems. Learn a new system that's going to allow you to build. That's going to allow you to learn something different. That allows you to control the economy in your own home, ladies and gentlemen. And it's liquid. And when I talk about liquid, that means you can access it quick. You can access your Bitcoin quickly. There are platforms we have now, the GS Lifestyle, where you can take a card. You get Bitcoin and other assets like the G999 coin and Ethereum, and literally you take that card and you buy whatever you want to buy with it because you've built it up, right? Even gold. Gold is highly liquid. You can go to a bullion dealer, you can go to a pawn shop and liquidate it and get what you need to get and do what you need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I've done it. All right, so I'm not telling you something that I don't know. You want to position yourself so that you can access your wealth, so that you can access your money for the next day, for your family. Something happens, you have a 401k. All right? You cannot just go to your 401k and just get it like that. You have to go through a process. You have to go through paperwork. You have to go through the financial advisor and the company that holds your money, right? And then on top of that, if you're under a certain age, all right, you're going to get taxed. If you're not 59 and a half, you're going to get taxed. And then on top of that, you're going to get another tax for pulling it out early. And then if you're not retired, you can't just take that money. You have to declare hardship. If you don't know, try and pull your 401k right now and see how quick you can do it. Versus if you had some Bitcoin, all right, and you needed to do what you need to do fast, you can do that. And we have systems that allow you to do that. So guys, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about stepping outside of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to do something different. Don't be afraid to stop using those dollars. Use those dollars as seed money, because it's really not money, it's currency. But use those as seed. What's going on, Miss Linda Kelly? Use those as seeds so that you can get more of this. All right? Because this is going to rise. It's going to dip, right? It's going to be ebbs and flows, but it's on its way up. Why is that? Because that's where the world is going. The world is going digital. We're in the information age. So just roll with the trend. Don't go against the trend. Roll with the trend and go ahead of everybody. All right? Most people have heard of Bitcoin. Most people have heard about what's going on with Bitcoin, but they're not doing anything about it. I'm connected to a group of people who are builders, wealth builders. We're all about taking action now and then having a dream big enough that regardless of what happens, whether there's setbacks, whether things don't go right, ups and downs, you're going to keep doing what you're doing. That's what this is about. So keep building, because the best is yet to come. So get you some Bitcoin, right? Go ahead and get you some Ethereum. We'll help with that process if you don't know how. And then go ahead and position yourself next level with some G999 coins. Those G999 coins are going to accumulate in value because of our deflationary system. And then that's going to take you next level where you can start dreaming about things you've never dreamed of before. Start dreaming about cars and houses that you've never had before. Yeah, that's material, but my God is we had a phenomenal call today. We talked about all the things that we can have. A lot of us are living below what we should be having. We're king's kids, right? We call ourselves believers. We call ourselves people of wealth, being in touch with the universe, being in touch with God. Why are we walking limited? We are limitless, guys. That means we can have what we desire. But we have to put in the energy. We have to learn the knowledge and learn what needs to be done for us to make that happen. So let's make that happen, guys. Get back with the person that shared this. Let them know that you want to step out on faith, because that's what faith is. Seeing what you don't see until you see it come for you. All right? That's what faith is. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things that you cannot see yet. It will happen, but you have to go through the process. Everybody's going through processes. Just know that your best is yet to come. So get back with the person that shared this. Let them know you're ready. Get you some Bitcoin, get you some Ethereum, get you some G999 coin. We'll show you what to do next, because this is your time. Let's go. Remember, we're independently gifted, resilient opportunists of wealth. We're all about growing and becoming better versions of ourselves every single day. So thank you, guys. This is Mr. Matthew Taylor, the Millennium Multimillionaire, your tailor-made wealth gardener. Let's go ahead and plant some things that can allow us to grow, not only for our generation, not only for the next generation, but for their generations to come. Thank you so much.